Emoni Bates needs to go where he's the guy.
And he's the guy.
And he is the guy. There's no question about it.
He was terrible at Memphis. He was.
If he's even remotely good, he's a lottery pick.
Coming into college, he was right up there in recruiting rankings with like Chet Holmgren, Jabari Smith, Paolo Banchero, and they're top 3 in the draft, and he's playing basketball at Eastern Michigan University.
I did want to get into this because this news broke yesterday, and I think this is a very big deal. And you guys know this, and Sam Flannel, I'll go to you because, there's some blood in the water right now. Memphis transfer Emoni Bates committed to Eastern Michigan per On3 Sports. Eastern Michigan. When the talk was, it was between who, Sam Flannel? Michigan and Louisville. And what were the Michigan fans saying? Oh, Michigan's a slam dunk, right? He went to Eastern Michigan.
That is crazy to me. I mean, he obviously has the right to make whatever decision he wants. I obviously wanted him as a Michigan fan. He is so talented. I thought he could pair well with Hunter Dickinson. What this tells me, though, it's actually kind of shocking. I wouldn't say the fall from grace, but just a year ago, coming into college, he was right up there in recruiting rankings with like Chet Holmgren, Jabari Smith, Paolo Banchero, and they're top 3 in the draft, and he's playing basketball at Eastern Michigan University. That just kind of shows how quick things can change in a year and how some bad decisions and maybe being young and immature can affect you. I hope he succeeds because you never want to see that kind of generational talent wasted. But going to Eastern Michigan, that means you got to get humble. That's not a good thing at this stage.
But does it mean that? And look, he's represented by Rock Nation now. His family has formed a management company as well. And I don't know this to be fact. I just have conversations with folks. There were some name, image, and likeness deals that may involve up to 2 commas that came to be. And you know what? Props to Eastern Michigan because they got in the waters.
Well, I remember that when they did, they were the one you were saying.
They were going after Oklahoma's transfer.
Caleb Williams.
Yeah, Caleb Williams. They offered him $1 million
they
flat.
were in the mix, and I don't know, for whatever reason, I'd heard Eastern out there. And it goes to show, I think Mr. Jiggles says it right? Is he going, I love that, Emoni Bates needs to go where he's the guy.
And he's the guy.
And he is the guy. There's no question about it. And so now we're going to find out. And props to the kid and believing in himself, and Eastern for stepping out. And if the pedigree is there and whatever else, the thing that I lean on, right, is that he came from Memphis and it wasn't the best place for development, especially early on. All right, no matter what, if he was the problem or not, right? So Eastern thinks that obviously, it's sort of a bit of a homecoming, and hey, to me, it tells me that he can put Eastern on the map if he's that good, or the spotlight's coming to him. So everything that you want, Neil, he's got right there. He's got the ball. He's got the bag. He's got the family business. There you go. So here we go. Now you got to go out and play.
Yeah, and here's the thing to it. And I think that because I saw this intimately in the Horizon League with Patrick Baldwin Jr. when he was deciding between Duke and Wisconsin-Milwaukee. And his dad was the coach at Wisconsin-Milwaukee, so he went to Wisconsin-Milwaukee. And it didn't go well. He had injuries that he struggled with, didn't play particularly well at Milwaukee, but who got drafted in the first round of the draft? Patrick Baldwin Jr. Like the people that were on social media kind of clowning Emoni Bates a little bit, I don't think they fully understand the scope.
Right.
Because he's still Emoni Bates.
Well, I look at this and what you're telling me, because in basketball it goes boom. I go right to Cade Cunningham, right? Oklahoma State. It's not a power team, right? You know what I'm saying? So the talent's out there, so it doesn't matter. You need to go where you can play, put you in the position, because it's getting you to that next level. This isn't the end stop. You got to go pick up a bag along the way, maybe be the guy, learn the confidence and stuff like this, because this pretty much, you're telling me, guarantees him, unless catastrophic something happens, a first-round pick this year.
Yeah, I mean, hell yeah, he will be.
For sure.
There's no question about that in my mind, and it doesn't even matter. He goes to Eastern, he scores 20 a game. He's a first-round pick.
He's a lottery pick.
100%.
Yeah.
Like that's what's going to happen. See, people, and I've fought this battle for a very long time, and I grew fatigued of it. And, like being around Oakland.
Yeah.
With Keith Benson, who got drafted, and Kay Felder. And I know Oakland fans were a little stunned when Kay left school early to go to the NBA draft, knowing he was probably going to be a second-round pick, but was a second-round pick.
Yeah.
And was in the league for 3 years, and now was over in China and was player of the year and making very, very good money.
Yeah.
That's what they... Make no mistake, guys. This is a business, man. This is a business for everybody. It's a business for me. It's a business for the players. It's a business for everybody. And for Emoni Bates, I think this is a great decision for him because he is securing some kind of bag. I don't know the numbers.
Oh,
I'm an outsider looking in. I know that Eastern Michigan was prepared to get in these waters before.
Yeah.
With Caleb Williams, as you talked about.
Yeah.
So it stands to reason, they didn't get who they wanted there, but they came back in. And I have to give Eastern. And look, November 19th at the Arena, Eastern Michigan, Oakland. Oakland with Rocket Watts, Eastern Michigan with Emoni Bates. Let's jump it up.
First couple weeks of the season, Michigan State plays Eastern and Oakland.
Yeah.
And those are suddenly now like interesting games.
They're designer games now.
And especially for Eastern, this kid got a bag. You tossed him a bag. It's probably somewhere around $1 million, honestly, for him to come here. And it's in his backyard. It's it's home cooking. He'll probably live at home. I mean, why wouldn't you? And Eastern Michigan is being talked about on ESPN on all these it's so good for the school.
What's the building that they play in?
The Convocation Center.
Now, how many people do you say before this year average would
I was there. About 300 tops.
So
more than a Michigan baseball game.
More than a Michigan baseball. More than a Michigan baseball game, though.
What does it seat?
10,000. Jay-Z's played that place before.
Okay, so where does this put? Because this is a great move by Eastern. Does this bring in the students, bring in the fans? Does you get 1,000 people in that place?
I'll put it to Spencer Raxter. You're an Eastern Michigan student. You're rolling out, aren't you?
For sure. No doubt. If I go to Eastern
and you're any kind of sports guy, you're going.
Any kind of sports guy, and we just got Emoni Bates, who's a Yipsy guy, who they already know.
That's what I'm see. Do you understand the investment here?
Yeah.
That's a great move because
For sure.
And you know what? You look at Eastern Michigan, are they stepping out? But they stepped out pretty much for the hometown kid. Right? And if you're gonna step out, why wouldn't you step out in your community into something that can bring back something? So, I mean, yes, this has the makings as much to not work out, but I got a feeling that this is the situation that this kid needs. That we're gonna find out if he's that player that he was touted, a few years ago and stuff like this. This could be the best situation, or again, maybe not if you haven't grown up, because playing at home can be tough. So it's interesting. Congratulations to Eastern, though. Congratulations, TJ Lang, alumni. Yeah, buddy. You'll be down there, so I'll have to talk to him and get
hit us up, by the way, on the show, and then let us bring back the curtain on that one. But again, November 19th, Arena, Eastern Michigan, Oakland. That got pretty juicy, Spence. You need me to get you some tickets for that one?
Oh, for sure. Yeah,
all right.
That would be dope. I'll be there for sure.
I got you.
I'll be rocking green and white, but hey, I'll be cheering for either of those guys.
I mean, hey, it's going to be hype in that building.
Oh, for sure.
There is no question about that, and there is a lot of buzz, and it will come back to it. It's one of those things where if he's even remotely good, he's a lottery pick, as you said.
No doubt.
Nothing changes. And that's why I laugh at the Michigan fans that were kind of because this is the case, and we're seeing this, I think, with recruiting for football, because we talked about it a couple days ago before some of the other entities started talking about it around town. Mm-hmm. They're taking some arrows right now from the recruiting world. They are.
Talk coming.
And they ran their playbook. We didn't want to deal with the dad anyway.
Yeah.
No one wanted Emoni Bates. Right? Go ahead, Sam Flannel. Give me your talking points. Here, get your list. Get your Michigan recruiting L list. Get it out right there and give it to me.
Trained by the rest of Go Blue Nation.
I give you the next 30 seconds. Go down the list.
I mean, this isn't me. This is Go Blue Nation. It's kind of like, Emoni Bates could have been a cancer in the locker room.
Next one.
He might not. He's not loyal. He spurned Michigan State.
Next one.
Shoot, there's
don't want to deal with the dad.
Don't want to deal with the dad, but in reality, if you're a smart Michigan fan, you definitely wanted this guy because he is. I mean, if you're ranked that high as a recruit, you obviously have the talent. But on the other hand, and another one, he was terrible at Memphis. He was. That's actually something that you can't even dispute. And I think that is a talking point that I wouldn't use it, but if a Michigan fan wanted to use it, I would accept that one.
Yeah, of course you would, as your information, new information. But honestly, okay, let's have a serious conversation. Can I talk to Sam right now? You know, with all, you know, the common sense guy or whatever. What do you think this means? Do you like the move for Eastern, regardless of Michigan? But what do you think do you think he plays out? Do you think playing in the MAC? Do you think this is a good move for him personally?
I mean, for Eastern, it's obviously phenomenal because they've never gotten a basketball player this highly touted. And for Emoni Bates, if he reaches his ceiling with Eastern Michigan, he's going to be the best player in the conference. He should dominate these games and really put his skill set on display. But I still think that it's okay to talk about the fact that, you know, Paolo Banchero, Chet Holmgren, and Jabari Smith are lottery picks, top 3 in the draft, and Emoni Bates is playing at Eastern Michigan. That's something. But at the same time,
that was last year's draft. They're not a part of the draft he'll be involved in.
Right, but it comes back to if you're a first-round pick, you get a guaranteed contract and you're in the league. So then everything resets.
Yeah, and
you know, like we get caught up in this stuff all the time, and that's why I always laugh about the draft to some degree. Like, it doesn't matter. Once you get picked and your contract signed, it's all equal footing because no one cares anymore.
This could be the reset Emoni Bates needs, and if he plays well, like Spencer said, he will be a lottery pick.
That's what I wanted. Can we get that, boys in the back? That I want Sam Flannel saying this could be the reset Emoni Bates needs, and he could be a lottery pick.
Yep.
Yeah, boy, Sammy.
MF Ingester on our YouTube chat thread says if Bates was as good as everyone says he is, he'd be in the league. Scouts are seeing something that the outside world isn't. And Jester, there might have been a time where that would be 100% ironclad true. But I think you have to look at this from the perspective now of with name, image, and likeness, and you're talking about 7-figure deals. Like, you go back to it, Addison at UCLA is making more than Jamison Williams is this year. Like, that's real.
Yeah.
Hunter Dickinson would have left.
Oh, for sure.
But he makes more money being at Michigan than he would be playing in the G League.
Yeah. Fact.
Like, we can't just blasely throw that out there anymore.
New dynamic duo, Hunter Dickinson and Jimmer Fredette, Shanghai Sharks. Unstoppable.
That's right. I'd love to see Kay Felder square up with Hunter off a pick and roll.
Oh yeah, just torch him.
Yeah, I would love to see that one.